What's up, everyone? Ronnie Cruz here with Path of the Network Marketer 365-day video challenge, where I bring you a fresh new video every day chronicling my adventures as I learn how to navigate and leverage social media to build my network marketing business so that I can in turn teach you to do the same. 16 seconds. It's getting there. So one more video from me today while we're here. So it's, I don't know, 3 days worth of videos for you guys, but it's the same afternoon for me. Real quick, this just popped in my head that could be useful for you guys as you're taking on new projects, especially creative projects, right? Or even like reaching out to something, well, any situation where you're intimidated by the first step, right? The opening of that project, whether it's a book, whether it's a training program, whether it's introducing yourself to somebody that you look up to. Right now, well, I'll give you my example and why this came up in my head, but sometimes the beginning of that project, the inception of that project, that first step is the hardest, right? Like, actually, that's pretty much all the time. So that can really hold you up from moving on and moving forward with the rest of the project. You know, in your mind, you have the idea of where you want to go. You have a pretty good idea of how you want to get to that end point, but just starting it off, right? Just kicking it off. Sometimes it's like, okay, so what do I say at this point to get this story time going? I'm in a situation like that now. And so what I want to, like, the thing that it's in my head that's always helped in the past is start in the middle, right? Start in the middle or even at the end, because you already have a level of certainty and clarity of those things, so that you can have those things down, that's solid, it's done, and then work your way backwards to the beginning. Like, taking those first steps can really be the hardest things. And if those first steps are on something that you're already certain about and that you already are confident in and again you have clarity on, then those first steps are going to be much easier than taking a first step that is into the unknown. The example I'll give you guys is I'm crafting this email. I'm reaching out to somebody who is very well known, like a very, very, very famous and renowned individual for their writing, their books, their I mean, just, the amount of help that they've given people and the impact that they've made through their content, through everything that they're doing, right? Through their life's work, basically. And I've had it in my mind for weeks now to reach out to this individual for a potential partnership, right? And it's a big deal because, you have that self-worthiness, that lack of self-confidence when you're talking to people that you look up to. Because I don't have anywhere near the size of influence and impact or following that she does. They do. And so, crafting this email, the hardest thing for me, and it's just an initial email to reach out. The hardest thing for me has been how do I start it off? How do I start off this email? So what I've done then is, all right, I've skipped that step because I've gotten stuck on it. I've gone ahead and skipped that step, and I've gotten to the things that I actually want to talk about, the meat and potatoes of the email, the message that I wanted to give to her. And then I'm starting to work my way backwards, right? So it's gotten the process moving, right? That's my whole point. The process gets arrested at the things that you're intimidated by. So if there's an opportunity to skip that step, at least for the near term, for the time being, skip that step, move on to a step where you have clarity and you can get the project moving. Then you can use that momentum to then come back and revisit the thing that you were hung up on in the first place. So that's what I've done, and that can really apply to anything. If it's a book project that you're working on, work on the things that you have clarity and are certain about, right? If there's a presentation or a talk that you want to put together that you're having a hard time with, work on the things that you have certainty and you have clarity on. Otherwise, you're going to just wrestle with the thing that you're intimidated by, and the rest of the project doesn't get done, right? It's not avoidance, it's just a temporary, I'll revisit you, you know what I mean? You're not ignoring it, you're just coming back to it after you've gained more confidence in the entire project moving forward. So it's a small tip, it's a small little hack, but I think it can help you guys getting over that first step. I talked about in the video a couple videos ago about jumping in head first, and that's sometimes some of the scariest and most intimidating thing, and you can get hung up on that. So maybe, yeah, just maybe, I mean, like, it doesn't make sense in the analogy, in the metaphor. You can't just be in the water without jumping in, but you know what I mean, right? Like, just start at a different point in the process, so that you're not hung up on that one thing, right? On that one thing. It eases you into the entire project and getting shit done. So I just wanted to share that with you. That popped in my head today as a another potentially effective tool that you can use, that I've used, to get things moving, so that I don't get caught up and hung up on a certain thing. Because otherwise, then I end up like procrastinating for days and days and days, and then the email never gets sent out, right? So I'd rather get the ball moving, and then I'll revisit the thing I was stuck on, and then you realize at the end there was no reason to really get stuck on it in the first place, right? It was just my own hang up. It was just my own feeling of intimidation about that one piece of the puzzle that was holding me up. It wasn't the piece of the puzzle itself. Try it out. See what you think, and then leave me a comment in the comment section below. All right. So, make sense or not? Like the video. More to come from me. Hit me with a subscribe. Hit me with a follow. Hit the bell so that you get notifications. A fresh new video every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll catch you next time. Until then, be well, be safe, and as always, may the Force be with you. That's actually the wrong thing. That's for Path of the Jedi. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.